and welcome to Engineers Mindset. Today I will take us through a series on quadratic equation. An equation is said to be quadratic when the highest power of the variable in the expression is 2. For instance, let's say I have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is the general format for a quadratic equation. Now, the variable in the expression is simply what? X. A variable is simply the unknown term in an expression or a given equation. A variable is simply the unknown term in a given equation. So, for instance, in this case, x is unknown, so x becomes the variable. Now, the highest power of x in that equation is 2. So, it makes this equation what? A quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is simply an equation whose highest power of the variable is 2. Okay? In this case, a, b, and c are all values or constants. A is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, while c is called the constant term in a quadratic equation because it is not attached to any variable. C is not attached to any variable, so we call it a constant term. A and B are coefficients. A coefficient is simply a number that is attached to a variable. A coefficient is simply a number that is being attached to a variable. Okay, so this is how the general format of a quadratic equation looks like. Once the highest power of the variable in the expression is 2, it means such an equation is what? Quadratic. Now, there are 4 methods of analysis of quadratic equation. The first method is by factorization method. The next method is by completing the square method. The third method is by formula method, which is usually called the almighty formula. And then the final method is by graphical method. And I think in this video, I will cover the first 3 methods. So we are going to be starting with factorization method. Okay, I'm going to be starting with factorization method. Now, let's say we are given this problem, x squared plus 6x plus 9 equal to 0. Comparing this to this, you know that c being the constant term because it's not attached to any variable. It means 9 is also the constant term. Okay? 6 here in place of b is the coefficient of what? X. And x squared here has the coefficient, an unseen coefficient, and that coefficient is 1. The number attached to what? X squared. It's unseen, but it's actually 1. But for the fact that we have x squared in this expression, makes this what? A quadratic equation because the highest power of the variable in the expression is what? Squared. Now, to carry out quadratic equation by factorization, you consider 2 things. First, look for 2 numbers such that when you multiply the 2 numbers, it will give you the constant term. In this case, the constant term is what? 9, because there is no variable attached to it, so this is the constant term. You look for 2 numbers such that when you multiply the 2 numbers, it will give you the constant term. And when you add these same 2 numbers, you will have the middle term of the quadratic equation, the middle number, which is the coefficient of what? X. That is how to carry out factorization method of quadratic equation. Look for 2 numbers such that when you multiply these 2 numbers, you have the constant term, 9. Now let's try it and see. First of all, we know that 1 times 9 is equal to 9. But 1 plus 9 is equal to 10 and not equal to 6. So it means we cannot use these 2 numbers. You look for 2 numbers so that when you multiply the 2 numbers, you have the constant term, and when you add them, you have the midterm. In this case, 1 times 9 is 9, but 1 plus 9 is 10, which is not equal to the middle term, which is 6. So we cannot use this number. Another number that can give us 9 is what? 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 is equal to what? 9. Also, 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So it means we can now use these 2 numbers. So that is the law by factorization method. You look for 2 numbers such that when you multiply the two numbers, you will have the constant term, and when you add these same two numbers, you will have the major term of the quadratic equation. And we will obtain those two numbers to the what? 3 by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, then 3 plus 3 is also 6. So we now modify what? The quadratic equation. Let's modify it and put in these values and see what we have. Okay, so we have x squared plus, in place of this 6, we now write what? 3 plus 3, because it is 3 plus 3 that gives us 6. So this becomes 3x plus 3x, okay, plus 9 equal to 0. Okay, 3x plus 3x plus 9 is equal to 0. Alright, now let's do a little bit algebra here. We have x squared plus 3s, plus 3s plus 9 equals to 0. So let's put this whole in parentheses. In brackets, we have x squared plus 3s. Let's put them in their own brackets. Plus, we also have 3x plus 9. So we bring down 3x plus 9. Also put them in the brackets and then equal to 0. Now, notice that this x squared can be broken into what? X times x. It's just like saying 4. 2 squared is equal to 4. Just like when you say 2 squared is equal to 4, which is correct. It also means that 2 times 2 is also what? 4. That is what the 2 squared stands for. So if we have x squared, it means that x squared is also x times x. So it means we can break this equation. This x squared can have written as x times x plus 3x. We can write this as this. In place of x squared, we have x times x plus 3x. Okay? Plus, open bracket, this is 3x plus, remember 9 from earlier stated, 3 times 3 gave us 9. So plus 3 times 3, which is 9, is equal to 0. Remember, 3 times 3 gave us 9. So in place of 9, we can put 3 times 3. In place of x squared, we have x times x. Now let's do factor. This is where the factorization is all about. We now factorize. Factorize simply means bring out what is common in all of them. Bring it out outside the brackets. That's what factorization is all about. Now, I have x times x here. I have plus 3x. Here there is x. Here there is x. So I can pull out x because x is common between this term and this term. I have 2x here, x times x. There's x here. There's also x here. So I can pull out one of this x, pull out one of this x from this bracket. Is now factorization. So I now pull out from the x. I will have x outside into. I will now be left with what? Just one x here. We will now have one x left at this point because we've taken out one of this x. So if we do that for now, only one x here, x plus 3. Also, we'll have 3 left alone because we remove what? X from this thing. So you bring down your plus sign, plus. Also look at, there is 3 here, there is 3 here, there is 3 here. So which means I can as well factorize here, pull out one of these 3. If I pull out the 3 from this x, I will have 3 into, I will now be left, we will now be left with what? X at this point. X, okay, plus, remember, this is 3 times 3, and I've pulled out 3, that means I will be left with only one x here, 1 3 here, sorry. So this is x plus 3, and this is equal to 0. Okay, so that is that for factorization. Now, you notice that we have x plus 3 here, we also have x plus 3 here, all in the brackets. What do you do at this point? Pick only one of the x plus 3's in the brackets. Pick just one of the x plus 3's in the brackets. You have x plus 3. Pick one. Then the next thing you do, open another bracket. Pick the x outside here. Pick the plus 3 outside this other bracket. So you pick this x, then pick this plus 3, close your bracket, equal to 0. And from quadratic equation, if 2 terms are equal to 0, it now implies that either x plus 3, the first one is equal to 0, or the second one, x plus 3, is equal to 0. Okay, and if this is the case, it now means that this is now equation 1 and this is now equation 2. It now means that from 1 I can send plus 3 over to this side of the equation, plus and equal to sign becomes minus. So I have x to be equal to minus 3, or also from this side plus 3 plus this equal to sign becomes minus, s equal to minus 3. So it means that you can simply stop it here as the answer, or you can simply say x is equal to minus 3 twice. You can simply say x is equal to minus 3 twice, which means it occurs twice. Okay? So that is how factorization method for solving quadratic equation is all about. Let's try another problem. We have this problem, x squared minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. And we are asked to evaluate this quadratic equation. The first thing first, you look for two numbers such that when you multiply these two numbers, you will have a constant term. In this case, the constant term is plus 12. And when you add these two numbers, you will have the middle term. Take note, the middle term is minus 7. There is no number in mathematics that sounds neutral. Every number in mathematics has a sign attached to it, either positive or negative. So this x squared here has the sign of positive. That is why it's not written. So it's actually plus x squared and not x squared. The same thing here, this is plus 12 and not just 12. So that's why this minus sign belongs to this 7. So you look for two numbers such that when you multiply these two numbers, you have 12. And when you add these two numbers, you have minus 7. So let's try it and see. First of all, I know that 1 times 12 is equal to 12. But 1 plus 12 is actually 13 and not equal to minus 7. So we can't use this. Also, I know that 2 times 6 is equal to 12. And 2 plus 6 is actually 2 plus 6 is actually 8 and not equal to minus 7. So we can also use this. But let's try this and see. If we have, also take note that 3 times 4 is actually 12. But 3 plus 4 is actually what? Plus 7 and not minus 7. So we can as well use this. Take note. So the only legitimate value that we can use is minus 3 times minus 4. Because minus 3 times minus 4 will give us minus times minus is plus. So we'll have plus 12, which is correct. Then we'll have minus 3 plus minus 4. Minus 3 plus minus 4 is also minus 7. So this is the one we are going to use. So please take note. Minus 3 times minus 4 is plus 12. Minus 3 plus minus 4 is minus 7. So this corresponds to that problem. So we now evaluate the equation. If we evaluate it, we have x squared. In place of minus 7, we've obtained that it is actually minus 3 minus 4. Please take note, minus 3 plus minus 4 is same as saying minus 3 minus 4 because negative sign has more power than positive. So we can remove the positive and replace it with negative. So this is minus 3 minus 4, which is also minus 7. Please point to your computer to confirm this. Alright, so in place of minus 7, we can now write minus 3x minus 4x to give us minus 7. Okay? Now we have plus 12. And this plus 12 was obtained from what? Minus 3 times minus 4. So we can simply say plus, okay, keep it at plus 12 equal to 0. Let's say it as plus 12 equal to 0. So we also factorize like we did in the first case. So we bring these two together. We have x squared minus 3s, put them in the bracket. Okay? Remember, this minus belongs to this 4. So we can say plus, open bracket, minus 4x plus 12 equal to 0. This minus belongs to the 4, so plus, open bracket, minus 4x. Of course, if open this bracket, minus has more power than plus, it can also turn back to this. Alright? Alright, so like I said earlier, x squared simply means x times x. So we can have this to be x times x to give us x squared minus 3x, okay, plus this is minus 4s Okay, now take note, plus 12, plus 12, please take note, plus 12 was obtained as minus 4 or minus 3 times minus 4. So we can now write minus 3 times minus 4, close our bracket, equal to 0 in place of plus 12, because minus 3 times minus 4 will give us plus 12. Alright. Okay, so here now we now factorize. There are two x here, x and x, and there is one x here, so we can pull out one of the x. If we pull out one of the x, we have x outside the bracket, open bracket. So we are left with one x here, x, okay, minus 6. So take away x, 3 will be left here, so minus 3. Close your brackets. Alright, so here we have plus. So take note, this is minus 4, there's minus 4 here, and you have minus 3 times minus 4, there's also minus 4 here. So minus 4 and minus 4 is common, so you can pull out one of the minus 4. So plus, just put, okay, a whole bracket, or maybe a square bracket, and then include minus 4 is out, open the bracket. So minus 4 is common. So at this point, we are left with only x here. So we have x, and we are left with minus 3, because minus 4 is out. Minus 3. Close bracket. Okay? And this is equal to 0. Alright. Let's rewrite the equation. This is x into x minus 3. And of course, minus has more power than plus. So plus minus becomes minus. You have minus 4 into x minus 3, close bracket, equal to 0. Since you have two terms that look alike, x minus 3, x minus 3 looking alike, pick only one of it, put it in the bracket. So you have x minus 3 in the bracket, pick only one term of it. Then open another bracket, pick this x that is here, and then this minus 4, and put it in the bracket. So you have x and minus 4 equal to 0. So once these two terms are equal to 0 in mathematics, it means that either one of them are equal to 0. So either x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. You can call this equation 1, you can call this equation 2. So this simply implies that from 1, I can now send minus 3 over to this side of the equation. If minus 3 crosses an equal sign, it becomes positive. So it means now that x is equal to plus 3, or x is equal to, if minus 4 crosses over this side of the equation, it becomes plus. So x is equal to plus 4. Okay? Alright guys, so that's the final answer for that question. Alright, I will see you in the next video with more problems on factorization method of quadratic equation. Thanks guys, please subscribe to my channel, and of course invite your friends for more subscribers. I will see you in the next videos. Cheers.